Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this toke.
You're watching the Hi Guys podcast with Al and the other Al on the 420 Pace Project.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Jeez, Al, I told you I was eating.
Well, hey, man, like you said you were going to chew it up quickly.
Make up my mind now.
Here, hang on. There we go. That makes it look like you're looking at me.
It's snowing.
Snowing. Well,
It's just a dusting, but now everything's covered with snow and ice underneath.
Oh, yay. Aren't you lucky? And
I got to go out
down. Did you actually get down to grass?
In some spots, yeah.
Yeah, in some I saw a little pile of snow yesterday around here.
It's melting. It rained all day yesterday.
Did it?
So now it's ice.
Yes.
And it's melting. I unstuck the car and juiced it up, and it fired right up.
Good stuff.
And moved it. And it's just been sitting there.
Did you take it for a drive?
I have been out, yes.
Okay, good.
We went shopping on I can't remember what day.
Yeah.
Gonna go out today.
Oh, yeah.
After I eat the other half a bagel.
I know that I have rain in the forecast. I don't have any snow like you.
We have rain in the forecast coming as well, yes. They called it yesterday, or this morning, a wintry mix.
A wintry. Yeah. Hey, Bob. Thanks for the like. Yeah. It's just that time of year, right?
Wintry mix.
Yeah. You know, as the summer's coming in and all that, we'll get this mix of weather. I know, like just the other day, actually on Sunday when it was really nice out, the long range forecast showed like a week of solid mid-teens and sunshine. But I looked at it today, and that's all over with.
Highest we've gotten so far is 5.
5, eh? Oh, we had 16 or 17 on Sunday.
And it's still in the minuses at night.
We get close. You know, it's sort of that -1.
I have to tell you, I have to be honest. I'm not liking it.
No. Well, I'm not sure. You could get put a big light in your living room or somewhere and put in some sand over in the corner and a big palm tree and pretend that you're down south.
You know what? I'm honestly
have a beach party.
The spring and the fall are my seasons. Although here, even in the winter or in the summer, like it's not gotten higher than 23, 24 maybe.
Oh, really?
So
you don't cook. You don't get baked.
You open up the well, I've got a constant flow of air coming up the hill from the water.
Oh, yes.
So them 120 kilometer breezes, you open up those windows and they just the house moves.
Yeah. Does your house have storm shutters on it?
No.
Oh, okay. I just thinking that that type of wind and stuff.
I wish my fucking greenhouse did.
Yeah, you've lost a few windows there.
5 panels.
Yeah,
I still can't get back there. There's a 1.5 foot still back there, and it's all The deck is all clear now, so Rose has been going back out in the back, and I don't think she's enjoying it that much because every time she steps out on the snow, she sinks.
Yeah. Ah.
She dove in the other day.
Did she? Well, I guess if it for it to be not sinkable, so it'd be hard packed, you mean it's got to be extra cold, right?
It's
'Cause
not
then
cold, Al. It's
yeah, it's
you
not
know, I was
cold.
out. I was out last
Mushy.
night, or actually, I was out this morning at about 6 with her, and in my shorts and a t-shirt. So, you
Uh,
know, but
sound like
people
my
don't care about
grandson.
my weather.
My grandson's running around in short and t-shirt, and he looks at me on Sunday. Hey, Papa, how come you're wearing a coat?
He wasn't cold, exactly. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
I
what are
used to
you
be
doing
like
in here?
you. I could sit outside at cool temperatures with a t-shirt and shorts.
I go out and I sit with her when she goes out front as well, just because you know she's mischievous, Stevie-ish,
She can get into
and she's
trouble.
standing here right now, looking at the cat's food. Get over here and lay down, Rose. Lay down, please. But this morning, lay down, please. Thank you. I came out to a kitchen floor full of garbage.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh. Seen
I
that
can't win for lose. If I put it outside early, the Ravens get it, and the Crows. If I put it out too early, then the Bears are going to get it, and I got to clean that up. And like the minute you put a bag out there, it's like.
What about? Can you leave it in a garbage can? The bag in the garbage can?
If
That
I
way you
could get
protect
to
the
the garbage
bag.
can, there's 3 feet of snow in front of the garbage can still. So no, and also the bears will come in. I have to turn on my bear alarm, so the neighborhood is going to start hearing "wow" again.
Yeah, I guess it'd be time for them to come out of hibernation, eh?
Another couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically not until the snow's gone. They don't like snow. They don't like cold at all. But there is something big roaming around. I saw a foot spread that was much bigger than a human could do, not big enough for a wolf. So it was either a moose or a bear. I guess it could have been. It could have been a wolf because they're pretty big.
Sasquatch?
Maybe.
Maybe.
There's a few people that look like Sasquatch in this.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there
The
is.
nephew has a little beard,
All
and he looks like what's his name? The dictator.
Wrong.
Castro. I call him Castro.
Yeah.
He looks like Cat because he's patchy, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what happens. That's what happens. So I got a question for you. The same one I ask every week at this time.
What are you smoking?
Nothing. Oh, I mean, I have a mix, same as last week, a mix of Death Bubba and 2 Kushes, just because I like it. If you don't like it, leave.
Yeah. I've got in my Shadowrizer. I got some Romulan in here, and
Some shatter.
yeah. Just so you know, Big Terp stopped by. G'day, Big Terp. How you doing, buddy?
Big turd.
Big Terp.
Oh, Terp.
Terp.
I'm kidding.
The
I had issues with insulting our
nighttime,
watchers in the morning.
yeah.
What's that?
At nighttime, I'm smoking some cherry dragon rosin.
You're laying off the weed a bit?
No, I'm still smoking the weed. And Big Turb says, "Cheers, everyone! Cheers back at you, buddy." I always got to remember to remove those comments. Having a fit, coughing attack.
I've got
Was that a big
something
toe?
going on. I've got something going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it the bagel?
Just the last couple of weeks, I've had a cough. Since I was at the house for dinner, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think mine is slowly departing.
Well, the only thing I have is a cough, but I'm having trouble breathing at night.
Right.
So I'm hoping that once I go down and, change the filter out and stop the fucking furnace going, that kind of thing, it'll be better. I always get really conflicted this time of year, so I might go get some flu and cough stuff.
Yeah. That's what I ended up doing 2 weeks ago because I was
all that stuff does, even Tylenol, it just masks it. It doesn't take it away.
Yeah, just help try to give some relief.
It gives your body the chance to fight it itself, right?
Yeah, well, the nighttime versions, they got a drowsy effect to them, so they help put people to sleep.
I get the two, the one that has daytime and nighttime.
Right, yeah. The difference between them is nighttime's got something that's in there to make you drowsy. At least on the versions that I've got it says non-drowsy and drowsy.
Yeah, that's the NyQuil one.
Yeah, I use the Benylin.
Yeah, I don't like Benylin. It sucks.
And the
I prefer Neocitrin for cold and cough regular. When I get really sick,
you drink?
Yeah, because I like it's a warm lemon drink.
Right. Yes, I forgot about that.
Can we move on from my health now?
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on from your health to the smoking. We did that. I got that. The cherry dragon. Okay. Then we're on to whatever we want to call it today. The
It's certainly high on the list.
I just closed one of the articles that I had.
Oh.
I don't have a list.
We can bring out the dancing bears.
What's that?
We can bring out the dancing bears while you look for your list.
No, I've got the new kid on the block as far as terpenes goes.
Okay.
Is THCVA. Have you heard of that one yet?
I don't know if THCA, yeah, VA, yeah, or TCB, yeah.
So this is
I don't know
a video I saw in passing on the internet, and we'll watch that, and that'll have to suffice as our list because
I've got something that I can throw in there when you're done. That I think that you and I talked briefly yesterday about it. So I have something that we can throw in there.
Dokie. Yeah, speaking of lists, yes. All right, so let's watch this. Is it up there yet? No, it's not up there yet. There it is. There it is. And it's just a reel, so it's just a minute long. We'll be right back.
Did you know you can explore new aspects of your plant experience by learning about THCVA? THCVA, or tetrahydrocannabivirinic acid, is a lesser-known cannabinoid found in raw, unheated plants. When heated, THCVA converts into THCV, or tetrahydrocannabivirin. Why should you care? Well, THCV is getting noticed for its potential effects on appetite suppression and metabolic regulation. Imagine a naturally occurring compound that could help manage obesity and type 2 diabetes by decreasing appetite and increasing satiety. So, how does it work? THCV acts as an antagonist to CB1 receptors, which play a role in regulating appetite. By blocking these receptors, THCV might help reduce hunger and influence metabolism. But wait, there's more. THCV has also been linked to improved glycemic control, enhancing insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance. Plus, some users report feeling more energized and motivated without the typical high from THC. So next time you think about your medicine, remember THCVA and THCV, the hidden gems that could revolutionize your health journey. Stay curious and stay informed with Optimus. Did you know you can explore new
That was a video, I think, that Lenny and the guys there at Optimus did. They do informational videos that are really good. I'm getting there with the AI stuff, but it's frustrating.
Yeah. Is it?
You have to be very specific.
Okay.
If you want the correct information.
Right. Right.
Otherwise, you get a very generic feel and script. And now you can update it and stuff like that. That's fine. But so I asked Al the other day out of curiosity, and I'll tell you why I asked. I noticed I have not seen Granny Stormcloud's Storm Crow her list anymore since 2023. There's been no updates on the website, but then I found on Reddit that there has been a page set up and it's been updated quite recently.
Okay.
But it leads me to believe that the person may have passed that's been doing this, because she's been doing it for a very long time and she was older. So I asked Al, because I don't know who. I had my suspicions of two people that we all know very well in the community, and one is still alive and one has passed, but I am wrong apparently. So I asked Al, do you know who Stormcrow is? And he said,
I said, Granny Stormcrow. She's the writer of a massive list of medical cannabis links.
Used to be the go-to list for anything cannabis.
I printed off her list. I sent it to a friend of mine that worked at a print shop. I said, hey, can you print this off? And I never thought anything about it. Well, the thing was hundreds and hundreds of pages long.
Oh, thousands, Al.
It was just links, and every medical condition that you could think of that had a report or something about it, she had on that list, and everything. It was in alphabetical order, like, cancer, diabetes, on and on, Crohn's and all that.
Well, that was the go-to list at one point.
It was a go-to list.
We did not have an archive.
Yeah. I took that list, like I said, I printed it off, and I would take it to the events that Treating Yourself was involved in, the shows, the home shows, the women's shows, the health event shows, and I would take that list with me, including when I was doing my cannabis educational documentary series at cafes. I took that list with me. When people ask questions, and do you know of any information about this, I would just flip open that book and start going through it in the alphabetical order and find the link, the information, and the person would take note of it, which worked out really well. And in the end, I ended up writing an article for Treating Yourself magazine on Granny Stormcrow, and I wrote it, did an email interview with her, and put an article in the Treating Yourself about her. And retired school teacher.
Yes, but that's all that people really know, because she's very covert about it, and she's been doing this a long time and putting this list together. I mean, I've been updating it since I've been around. I've been talking about it on the show for as long as I've been doing it, because, like I said, it was the go-to list. Anything new, anytime there was a cannabinoid discovered. It was on the list. You know, that kind of thing, right?
Right. Now, what I haven't got the updated list here in front of me, but I have the list that I used in front of me, in front of us now. You can see it there. It says Granny Stormcrow's medical marijuana reference list. This is from July of 2010.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's 15 years ago, and it's grown. But you can see ADD, ADHD, head
Right top.
title, and then a link all the way through. Same thing. Addiction, risk for physical end of things. I can't read that word. Aging, right? Here, I'm just going to zip through here. Allergies and cannabis. There's ALS, Alzheimer's disease. I'll just type in a number up here. Let's go to page 30. And what do we get here? That's a long one. There we go.
I'm
and these are personal stories. These would be stuff that could have been just in a newspaper, or they're on a government website. I give my 9-year-old pot, and it's why I give my 9-year-old pot. So there's a reason behind it, medical reason, and anorexia, bacterial issues. I'm still in the A's. I'm 36 pages in. Okay.
I am posting links that I have found to the website, the actual website, which is a WordPress, as well as I've just posted the Facebook page. Let's see what else we can find.
It just keeps on going, list and list. There's CBG, some information on CBG, cannabinoid receptors. So I'm 100 pages in, 115 pages in, and I'm only at the letter C. Now, I'm just going to check something.
This is what I'm posting now is her red edit, which seems to have the most current stuff listed.
Nausea. Pages of nausea.
Yeah.
Research on pages of it. Neurons in the brain cells.
So what? Tell us what you learned about her.
Oh boy, I can't remember exactly everything now. It's been
a long time.
It's been a long time, man. It's been 12 years since the magazine was published. Never mind when that article was.
The reason I found all of this interesting is because now we have new lists. We've got Jack's Garage. We've got the Cancer Playbook, which pretty much anyone that does medical cannabis anything is in that group. There's a few go-to places to go now.
Yeah. And even though that list, and I'm going to add it to the chat as well. Even though it's from 2010,
it's still current.
It's still current. It's just a point where people can start, looking for research and the information that's in there.
Well, you go to one link, you're going to find updates. Okay.
Yes.
If the links are still good, that is. I mean, the unfortunate part of having a list like this for so long is, as you go down the list, you're going to find stuff that isn't there anymore.
You will find some. I imagine you'll find some dead links. Is what you're referring to?
That's why Justin's Cancer Playbook is good, although they focus just on cancer stuff. But and Jack isn't posting much anymore.
No.
And although Rick Simpson has started putting out information posts, not just I'm over here. That guy you're talking to is fake, right?
Yeah, there are fake Ricks out there. Just like
no, there's many. I have been captured. We were just talking the other day. An urban Remo followed me, and Some are saying that it's Remo, and some are saying that it's not. But I don't think it is.
I went right to the source.
Well, yes, when I get a friend request from somebody that I've known that long, I usually go and check, to see if it's him or not. So I didn't friend, right? You got to be careful because there's a lot of people out there. They want to sell you oil, and they'll take your money, and it's only hemp oil.
Yeah, one of the first clues that I noticed was that when it said that we had 8 mutual friends.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? And I also looked to see who the mutual friends are. Yeah. And you weren't on that list. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. Again.
Hello, 4 people who are watching.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cheers.
If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Exactly. All right.
We want to be one of those YouTube channels with 1.3 million subscribers.
Yeah. Going on 2 million.
I think there's,
hit the subscribe button.
12.
Yeah, it depends on which YouTube channel they're watching this on.
Yes. The 420 pace is very new, only a few months old, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. We're only 1,000.
Maybe not 1.5, but we'll get there.
We're only like 1,280 behind for what you're.
Combined with all the social networks over the last 20 years, I've got probably pushing 250.
Oh yeah.
But I remember back when you could look at your stats on your Facebook and you would see actual numbers, not cloaked. And you'd see post likes in the millions just from a picture. This is back in 2008, 2009, 2010, when everything was open, because Facebook was operating as it set out to operate, as a social network.
Right.
Before business.
Yeah.
But it's different now.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Can't post news here in Canada. We're newsless up here. That's why we're happy. Because there's no news. We have no news in Canada except for the CBC and Bell.
There's ways around it. Alrighty. From the list, we move on to
you need to never mind. Forgot what I was going to say in mid-sentence.
All right. So recipes. What have I got for recipes today? I have us here, I'm just going to bring that up. Can you see that? What does that look like to you?
Mashed potatoes.
Well, no.
It's a potato salad, isn't it?
It's a chicken salad.
I like chicken salad.
Do you?
I do. Yes, I do. Just mayo. I don't like onions in it. I like just mayo and that. While you're doing that, I've got a video trailer that I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. So cannabis chicken salad. They say it's an easy, tasty chicken salad you can just whip together and pop in your fridge. They say take 3 large chicken breasts, cook them and dice them up. A 1/4 cup of celery diced up. A 1/4 cup of red peppers, fresh, of course. A 1/4 cup of those onions that Al has issues with. And 1/3
I like
cup
cooked onion. I don't like raw onion, just for the record.
Oh yeah, I like cooked and raw, but unfortunately, with my Crohn's
you
disease,
can't eat either.
I can eat like the green onions in the garden, but those big round things, I can't eat them.
Burn in a ball.
Yep, and 1/3 cup of a can of mayo. So obviously you got to make your can of mayo ahead of time.
Can of mayo.
Yeah. And 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. She's all chopped up with salt and peppered for the taste. Pretty easy. Mix all the ingredients together and serve immediately, and throw it in the refrigerator. How much easier can you get of a recipe than that? Right? Just has a quick list of stuff. Throw it all together, and you're done. Easy peasy.
I like egg salad. I like potato salad. I like chicken salad. Now, here's some information that not many people know. I used to be one of the cooks at Runim's Delicatessen down at Queen Street.
Oh, yes.
In Bathurst area. When one morning, I started at 7, I think. 6, I think 6. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. One morning I came in and I was asked to make a tuna salad.
Oh, yeah.
I was asked to make a potato salad. And I made a tuna and egg salad and got in shit.
Oh.
I only made one. Now, here's the thing. I offered to make more.
Yeah.
They said, don't worry about it. The whole thing sold out in like 3 hours at lunchtime. Everybody loved it.
Wow. So what happened?
Yeah, but I got reprimanded for it.
Yeah. Yeah, which is totally wrong.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So you've got your tuna, you got your chicken salad, and of course you're going to need something to wash it down with, right?
Okay. Also cannabis.
Oh, yes. And what we've got going on here, I think you could probably tell.
I'm just going to say a cannabis milkshake. There you go.
There you go. Cannabis milkshake. Exactly. Vanilla at that. There we go.
No.
Yep. 4 cups of vanilla ice cream, 1 3/4 cups of cannabis milk, 8 tablespoons of cane sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and a blender. Combine all the ingredients in the blender and blend it until it's your desired consistency. Chill and serve. There's another easy recipe.
Or you could just use your ice cream machine and do stuff that way as well.
Yeah.
I have an ice cream machine.
Oh, I see we had a bit of an issue there. The one Facebook page doesn't like our recipe.
It denied it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you can see it in the chat. It denied it. An error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again.
Yeah, this is happening a lot with Facebook lately.
Yeah.
They're trying to fix stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, there we go. See, I'm going to send it out and see what happens.
Oh, you're going to do it again, did you? Yep.
Oh, it's a different. This is not the chicken salad one this time. This is the...
Maybe Facebook is prejudiced against chicken salad.
Well, I can tell you
You're a chicken salad racist, Facebook. I shouldn't say that.
The milkshake made it to the page that would deny the chicken salad.
Well, there you go. So they're chicken salad racists.
You just don't like chicken salad, like me. And just so you know, it was on the Hi Guys podcast Facebook page.
Are you serial?
Yeah, I'm serious, man. Yeah. You like it, I don't. I don't like chicken salad.
I prefer.
But I rejected it.
I like tuna, but you see, it's Hellman's and the meat, the potato. I don't like the onions or the spice. Some paprika is all right. But I'm sorry, but I gotta, it's that whole salad thing. I don't even eat salad, Al, because of the crunch.
Oh, really? Eh? Oh.
I don't like that crunch. It's vegetables are supposed to be soft and not crunch.
Raw carrots aren't soft.
I don't like raw carrots. I don't like raw vegetables, period.
Oh.
I like cooked vegetables with butter and salt.
Right. And they're nice with butter in them. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
I put mixed vegetables in my stir fry.
Do you?
Yes. Little meat, some spice. That's it. My rice bowl is done. Be
The
having
mixed
one of those
vegetables.
when I
Would
get
that
back
mean
from
just
college.
mixed beans, or does that include things like?
No, I get a mixed vegetable. Usually the Jolly Green Giant.
Oh yeah, so it'll have broccoli and cauliflower in it.
Well, that's not the one I choose. The one I have is bean, corn, peas, and carrot.
No, yeah.
Which is what you'd get in a stir fry if you went to the Chinese food restaurant.
Would you?
Yep. Here,
Uh,
anyway.
Yeah. It sounds fine, other than the corn.
Well, sometimes I have issues with corn, like you, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But I need my vegetables, and now I like broccoli, asparagus, the cauliflower. I love cauliflower. Things like that. Yellow and green beans are good, but cooked.
Yeah, I prefer my green beans cooked.
Of course. They're not supposed to crunch.
Well, they are really raw. Raw
Somebody
vegetables.
was
Some people say when you cook your vegetables, you cook out some of the nutrients.
Well, we know that's truth. When you make a hot dog, if you boil your hot dogs first, I like to boil my hot dog and then fry them or put them on the barbecue. So they say not to boil your hot dogs or sausages more than 2 minutes. Otherwise, you're just boiling all the seasoning out of it. So when you go to put it on the grill or in the frying pan, you're just getting a big soggy piece of meat, right?
Just a slab of meat, nothing in it.
Yeah. Most hot dog carts, they keep their hot dogs warming in hot water, and then they put them on the grill, right? Which is fine. But your standard, weenie on a bun kind of hot dog, you're not supposed to boil those or sausages over 2 minutes, and then you fry them. But you have to fry them, especially the sausages.
No, when I was able to eat hot dogs, because hot dogs labels quite often will say and or may contain.
Yeah.
If they don't know what's in it, yeah, I haven't eaten a hot dog in over 20 years.
I enjoy a barbecued hot dog.
Yeah, I used to enjoy hot dogs as well, with onions on them, onions and lots of mustard, and
sliced up and put it in a box of Kraft Dinner. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's steak in the Kraft Dinner.
Oh, hey.
Some hot dogs are different. Some hot dogs make me feel crappy. What?
Have you ever tried to infuse your Kraft Dinner?
Yes, I have put medicated butter in my Kraft Dinner before because I was out of margarine. So I was like, why not? I had just made a bunch of butter.
And how was your Kraft Dinner?
You know what? I'll be honest. I mean, I always enjoy it. If Kraft Dinner is made properly, it's really good. And if it's not, it gets thrown out.
Right. Yeah, but I was wondering, how was the can of Kraft Dinner?
It was not what I wanted, so I didn't enjoy it. I ate it, but I didn't enjoy it because I honestly don't like butter in my Kraft Dinner. I would rather some basil or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah. Butter will like for instance, Dean makes a Yorkshire pudding when he makes a roast.
Mm-hmm.
And there's milk and butter in it. And the minute it touches my lips, I feel like I'm gonna hurl. So I don't eat it. Yeah. There's a few things that are made with butter that happens because I'm lactose intolerant. But I push it.
Yeah. If you're lactose intolerant, and you're eating butter.
I had Cherry Garcia the other day, which is Ben and Jerry's ice cream. and I
Yep.
shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Can you eat ice cream still?
I don't like as far as ice cream. It's once in a blue moon type thing, but I do
Yogurt?
eat frozen yogurt.
You know,
Uh,
yogurt makes me a little queasy.
was it?
So I tend to just eat ice cream. Although I love my favorite cone is a scoop of chocolate and then top it off with a scoop of orange sherbet.
Oh,
I like the flavor of oranges and good chocolate ice cream.
Yeah,
And we only have Chapman's up here. I miss the one that's out by you.
Reed's Dairy?
No, Kawartha.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Kawartha Dairy. Yeah.
Yeah.
One in Belleville, one's in Lindsay area or something.
Yeah, I was just going to say the one in Mono. No, not Mono. It's a small town with one word. But anyways, I know where you're talking about because it's the same town where my mom's girlfriend rents a cottage. She's been renting a cottage out there on the lake for many years. So I've been there frequently.
Right. Alrighty. Okay. From recipes, we don't have a product review today, but what we do have in its place is a tune.
Time for a pee.
That's right. All right. So we're gonna play a song. It's called "Smoke Rises in Sacred Circles." This is a bit of a history lesson of ancient end of things in cannabis. Right. The song is created by Dr. High. You can catch Dr. High's music here on the 420 Pace on the weekends when we do the re-rolled Saturdays, and it's usually on the nighttime edition. So here we go.
You can hear it on Thursday as well.
Yeah, Thursday.
It's on there as well.
Yeah, Thursday nights, 9 o'clock. It's,
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
An hour worth of cannabis tunes. It's all AI. It's AI generated, but it's not like you just push in a couple words and then hit create a song.
No, he's probably putting in the words into the storyline, and then it generates the music and to go with the words. Right?
Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Smoke rises in sacred circles. We'll see you in about 3 minutes.
Feel the spirits move where the smoke shall speak. In the hills where the rivers flow. Elders gather round, let the fire glow. Drum beat soft, moonlight high. Herb starts to burn, reaching for the sky. Hands held tight, words unspoken. Breathe in deep, let the past be broken. Feel the rhythm, feel the flame. Let Jah spirit call your name. One puff, two puff, soul takes flight. Wisdom in the smoke, visions in the night. Ancient voices hum low and deep. The circle is strong, the fire won't sleep. Smoke, smoke rises in sacred circles. Mess of the lost, but the flame still burns. Past and present, one and the same. Lift up the chalice and speak my name. Through the ashes and embers, he knows what's in store. They say the leaves been blessed by the olden ones, passed through hands of kings and shaman sons. Used for healing, used for light, to see through the dark and make wrongs right. From Africa's fields to the Himalayas tall, the herb been growing before men could crawl. Passed from the ancients, given in trust. Now it's in your hands, breathe deep, adjust. One puff, two puff, soul takes flight. Wisdom in the smoke, visions in the night. Ancient voices hum low and deep. The circle is strong, the fire won't sleep. Smoke rises in sacred circles. Messing you lost, but the flame still burns. Glad of past and present, one and the same. Lift up the chalice and speak my name. Through the ashes and embers, he knows what's in store. what hides in sight. Not just a plant, not just a flame, but the key to remembering what we became. Rises in sacred circles, distilling lost, but the flame still burns. Past and present, one and the same. Lift up the chalice and speak my name. Through the ashes and embers, he knows what's in store.
There you go. Smoke rises in sacred circles. If you enjoyed that tune, we got another one later on the show, and you get a whole hour of it Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Here on the 420 Pace .ca website, as well as our Facebook page. So, and I think YouTube. So, alrighty. What are you doing?
I'm reading articles about Katy Perry kissing the ground when she came back from space yesterday.
Oh,
her and Gail, Gail King, and a few other celebrity ladies went up in Blue Origin rocket. I believe it was the Shepherd or something like that.
Right.
And they went up, they floated for 2 minutes and came back, much like William Shatner did a few years ago.
Yeah. They just get to the edge there, just enough to create with no gravity, and
and then it plummets down, and the first soundbite you would hear was all the ladies screaming as it came ripping down from the sky, because I'm sure it's going pretty quick.
I would think so.
It would be a little bit more intense than a roller coaster, I would think.
Yeah.
Have you ever passed out on a roller coaster?
What's that?
Have you ever passed out on a roller coaster?
No, because I don't go on roller coasters.
My sister and I have been doing the media thing for many years together.
Yeah.
First with What's Up Toronto, and now with she still does What's Up Toronto, and we used to go every year to the media day at Canada's Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
And one year we were there, and it was piss and rain. It just ruined the whole weekend. Not for us, because there were no lines on the roller coaster, the wooden roller coaster, which my sister and I think we got up to about 8 rounds in a row. We can't. Want to go again? There's no lineup. Want to go again? Sure. We just sat there for by the time about 2 hours worth of heebie-jeebies after that.
Yes.
I would never, ever do that again.
Yeah.
In the rain on a wooden coaster.
Yeah.
Must have been at least 8, maybe even 10 times. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her.
No thanks.
It was a great weekend.
Was it?
I shouldn't have had lunch.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
You never went on the flyer or anything?
That was the only one that I went on. That was
the one to go on.
Yeah, it was the last one that I was on.
One of the big parks bought it, and then it was in I believe it's in Rye, New York at Playland, I believe, but it's a different name now. It's not the flyer anymore. Yeah, I tried looking it up and I couldn't find anything like I could years ago, but that was a good one.
Yeah, I prefer to watch when it comes to roller coasters. So, alrighty, I have got the next segment already lined up to go. Here we are. Alrighty, news time. I got a couple stories. One of them has. You got some too? Okay, good. I've got one on cannabis and how
Funny that.
helping people.
Yes.
But I've also got first story lined up here. I've got for us is from Stracan, and it talks about how has 420 changed since legalization in Canada.
I've seen a few articles with a different title that are similar to that. Yes.
Yeah. It says that although many retail stores and even brands host 420 themed events, there are still small events and rallies around the country. This does not necessarily translate into increase in sales, at least at some retailers. So, does it? We don't see the rallies that we used to.
No, but what you're seeing is legal stores starting to do something. For instance, there's a lot of events going on in Hamilton, which we'll talk about later. But
Yep.
I've just seen that cannabis, the new cannabis culture dispensary in Hamilton, Niagara Falls, is having a 420 event.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Which I believe they're allowed to do.
I think so, as far as I know. According to this fella here, it's quoting this article from Numo Cannabis. He says that many customers aren't aware it's even 420, and I wouldn't doubt it. No, I wouldn't doubt there's a lot of people who don't know that it's 420. And as it says here, the day was a rallying point for legalization activists. The normality of legalization took away some of that general interest. What do you think?
It did, and case in point, when we go to the GMM in May 3rd, I should have pulled up that graphic before I said something, but I'm rolling a doobie. We've gone from 20,000 plus on the march, to 100 or 2. Which shows it right there, and the mix of people that you get are passerbys now who don't know anything about it or didn't know it was going on. The OGs, us old people who have been going for years and years and years, and then you get the younger kids who just want to say, "Hey, I smoke pot on the street."
Yeah, thanks, Shadow. Just so you know, what a great video, man! It was really good. Thanks, man. I'll pass that along to Dr. High. Even you mentioned Niagara Falls. It says here in this article that the Cannabis Culture Niagara Falls and the Canadian Cannabis Tourism Alliance have joined together to celebrate 420, as is Ontario Cannabis Retailers Stoked Cannabis, which is also hosting a Niagara Falls 420 Expo. Another group was hosting an event called the 426 in Toronto. More on that later. And they say that meanwhile, Vancouver's 420 rally, which has taken place since the 1990s, held its last official event in 2019.
But here's the bummer. You don't find the 420 event in Toronto or Hamilton or Ottawa or Peterborough or this year, most of the events are happening on the 19th because 420 falls on a Sunday, which is also Easter.
Yeah.
So it's stoner time, Easter stoner time.
Now, Genoway Cabin, she owns Calyx and Trichomes in Kingston. She also had the 420, Kingston 420 back in the day. She said
it's been around a long time.
Yeah, she said it's not a protest anymore. We want it.
That's why we started it.
Yeah, she said, so is 420 over? No, but it's definitely changed a lot since the days before legalization. There are some parties, but we're not at Yonge and Dundas Square with our signs anymore.
They've asked us not to return.
Yeah.
Just like they asked us not to return, so we moved to City Hall. Or no, we went from City Hall to Dundas Square. City Hall was crammed when they did it at City Hall. It was packed with people.
Yeah, just so you know, Genoway is also the executive director at Normal Canada.
Yes.
Do you recognize anybody in that picture? I think I've got it up. No, I don't. There we go. Recognize anybody?
Probably everybody.
Do you?
Well, I can't see it really.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
But I probably know a lot of the people in that. Yeah.
She goes on to say that, you know, there might be a bit of a bump in sales, but it's you know,
well, you know,
not a huge thing.
The GMM, the Global Marijuana March, was not just a protest. It was a way to go out and get what you wanted to get from other community people who knew what others were. You know what I mean? It's like, most of the people that were involved were medical patients themselves.
Yeah.
Right. So you could go and get a baggie or some hash or whatever. You still can.
Yeah.
Last year there were vendors at Queen's Park. There's always a few vendors at Queen's Park. Not as many as there used to be, and no Tiny Tim donuts, unfortunately.
Yeah. The rest of the article goes on. Did some interviews with some retail stores across the country, and there are stores that do see a bump for 420, and it'd be nice for them, you know, for somehow would it be transitioning the 420 protest to now a 420 celebration of cannabis legalization?
No. Maybe for some people, but no, because, you know, like you just said, for the old guys, us old people, it was a protest, and it's just not the same. I was in Toronto for 4 years before I moved up here, and I sat at home while Al went.
Yeah. Went down to Yonge and Dundas Square. Yeah,
we will be broadcasting all day, by the way.
Yeah, and I was attending the original 420s marches that were held down at Niagara Falls from Victoria Park Avenue. It was at the overpass of the Highway 420 coming up from the U.S. That we would meet there, and then we would walk down Victoria Park Avenue. The police would block the roadway for us when we crossed the road, and they actually drove along beside us as we took up more than the sidewalk.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, and then
they went down to the block the road in Toronto.
We went down to the park at the bottom of Clifton Hill. 1 year, I know that I can remember because I was a speaker at 2 of the marches, and one was in the park, and we stood on a mound in the park in order to speak to the crowd. And then another year, we stood up on the stairs over by, I'm going to say it's an observation platform for looking down at the falls. So we were up on like 3 or 4 stairs, and people were all spread out behind us. But we would line from the bottom of Clifton Hill all the way up and around the corner. There were so many.
The last one that I went to was in Oshawa. And there were 4 kids sitting on the stage, and you could hear going, "Hey, put that away, there's cops standing over." They thought we were cops standing there. Until we pulled out our doobies at 420 and lit them up.
Yeah.
But there was nobody there at all. They used to pack in Dundas Square, like take over that whole corner.
Yeah. Well, one time there were sessions in the street by um, Justin, and he would go out there at the intersection at 420 and hold up all the traffic.
Justin Lars.
Yeah. I remember doing that, sessions in the streets.
Yeah, I remember that. He did a lot of them.
Yeah, he did. And
He would just roll out in his wheelchair and stand there and start asking people questions.
And then there was one year we did it was during the Global March that I saw people just down they went.
Well, that's what Naomi used to do, and I remember 2 years ago, Alison Meriden decided that she was going to go out in her chair onto the road, which we used to do.
Yeah,
because we always had a police escort, but there isn't anymore.
Yeah.
So she decided to take it upon herself to move everybody out onto the street, and it didn't work out so well, unfortunately.
Yeah. And, I imagine once we get closer to the Global Marijuana March, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of memories that we'll be able to discuss about the march when we get into it. Right? Other than that, that was the headlines. Anything else in the news-wise? I think you said you had some news.
Well, there's an article here that is entitled from the New York Times, Older People Seeking Care for Cannabis Use at Greater Risk for Dementia.
I saw that. I saw that in the thread, but it was just a description, so I couldn't read it.
Yeah, I got it open here, so I will bring it onto the screen. Older people, as we're, as far as cannabis has been used as a medicine for many moons. But as far as us here in the 20th century, or is the 21st century, it's still new to us. We're finding out what it will work for, what it won't work for, and we're coming up with more and more articles like this one. A few years ago, it was hypermesis, and that's the big one. If you go into the hospital now and you feel like you're having a heart attack, and they ask you if you've been using cannabis, and you say, "Oh, you've got hypermesis."
Yeah, I know a guy that they said that to.
Yeah, me.
No. Oh, I know another guy.
I thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
I had some oil. I thought I was having a heart attack. I was told to go to the doctors, so I called an ambulance, and they took me, and that's the first thing that came out of the nurse's mouth.
Wow.
Yep. So I was like, no, don't give me that shit. They let me sit there for 6 hours and then sent me home.
Yeah, well, this guy, he was hospitalized twice, so he stopped.
Stopped using?
Yeah. Edibles, anything, any form. He just stopped. Yeah.
Well, it happens. I know a few people who can't use cannabis because they're allergic.
Mm-hmm. I know somebody same way. Yeah. So they say that us cannabis consumers are going to develop dementia.
Maybe
greater risk.
Do you want to have a read?
How long is the article? Yeah, that long.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see if I can see anything.
You know what? I'm going to post it. So
middle-aged and older adults who sought hospital emergency care because of cannabis use were almost twice as likely to develop dementia. So there you go, Al. I haven't sought emergency care for cannabis. So
I didn't know it was.
You're twice as likely to get dementia than me.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Well, that's what it says.
But that's not very nice.
When compared with adults who sought care for other reasons, the risk of developing dementia was still 23% higher among users of cannabis.
Huh.
So I had to seek care for Crohn's, so I'm likely to get dementia.
Well, this is funny
It
because
hasn't got anything to do with the
I've just recently seen articles telling me the opposite. And I've just seen,
and these are professionals, like these are doctors and they're studying things, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, and so if you're worried about dementia when you use cannabis, as we saw in the video I played last week about psilocybin, that will stop dementia. So there you go.
Microdose and smoke your cannabis. Microdose your mushrooms and smoke your buds.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, when you see these articles, don't just go,
it says in here that Dr. Myron's previous research has found that patients with cannabis use disorder died at almost 3 times the rate of individuals without the disorder over 5 years.
So wait, I'm going to have schizophrenia, dementia, and I'm going to die quicker.
Correct. All because you went to the hospital. Seek to make emergency care. That's what it says. I'm not trying to make light of it, but that's what it says.
And this is why we bring these articles up, because this is the New York Times is pretty mainstream, and although each publication has its own way of thinking and own belief system, and so you get conflicting stories, of course. But I'm seeing more and more articles on this subject, and the downfall of using cannabis as medicine.
Yeah. I've seen some reports lately on the causing psychosis and other things. And as far there was the male sperm count.
Well, we've been hearing that since the 60s.
And the same with the psychosis and the schizophrenia. We've been hearing that since
say things like that in the anti-cannabis movies and reels that they used to do in the 60s and the 70s, the Just Say No campaign. If you don't agree with cannabis, period, you're going to find stuff that you don't like to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Will it kill you? No. Will it help you survive if you have a cancer or something like that? Maybe. Is it a cure? I don't like using that word.
Neither do I.
Some people will call it the holy anointing oil. But then some people will also say that burning bush that Moses had a chat with was a big cannabis tree, the tree of life, right? So there are stories that point history that cannabis was there and used, right? They found cannabis in Aztec buildings, in buried with what do you call them, mummies, Dare
Buddy Weed,
back in the day,
Buddy Weed agrees he's seen a lot of anti-cannabis articles.
Well, back in the day when we legalized up here, and the U.S. started legalizing randomly down there, there were a lot of articles and a lot of conversations with Dare and Mad, and they both said they were going to pull away from cannabis and seek life elsewhere. But now all I'm seeing every now and then, you get inundated on Prime or any of the other streaming services, that Mad's got some pretty abrupt ads for smoking and driving, and they're focusing on crashes with drivers who have been using cannabis, and they're pretty graphic. I don't like them.
Oh yeah. Do you have that up? I see they're doing that in Saskatchewan or Saskatoon, where they are focusing on nailing cannabis drivers.
Yeah, and the commercials are pretty graphic, and the blame.
Yeah.
If you smoke pot, you're going to crash your car and kill people. The same tactics that Dare and Mad, and what's that other one that we've talked to, Al, at the events?
Oh yeah. I know who you mean.
I can't remember the name of the group.
I just can't think of the name right now, but I know who you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not as, I'm going to say, out of whack as the DARE program was. The DARE program I called DARE stood for Drugs Are Really Everywhere.
Yeah, well, they make up shit, and that's the downfall. And that's when somebody wants you to believe something, they will word it in a way that you do, and then you take that away, and then you hear conflicting information, and that's unfortunately what the mainstream media is about these days. Each outlet believes differently. We've got better experts than you, and they say, no, that's not true, right? There was lots of conflicting information that came out of the CNN specials that Dr. Gupta did. There's a lot of people
and then in the end, he admitted he was, he admitted he was wrong, and then he started to show the benefits of cannabis with the people that he was interviewing, which was, it was good of him to acknowledge the fact that he was wrong.
But he started out with all the bad stuff.
It's hard to deny something when you watch some young child benefit right in front of your eyes,
which we have. In fact, it was Landon's birthday the other day.
Oh, yes.
And Landon is one of our first cannabis kids, and we've got Haley out west in BC, who is still struggling. Emily, my niece Emily,
Liam just had
a hard time with it as well. So
Liam had a birthday.
What's that?
Mom posted. I seen Liam's mom posted a picture of him and his birthday.
Was it Liam or Landon? I guess it was Liam's birthday.
Liam.
Yeah. But Liam's another Canadian child, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I had their stories posted on the Pace Network, or not Pace Network.
We have lost Liam passed away though, didn't he? One of the cannabis kids passed away recently.
Not the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Oh
no, that wasn't Liam then.
Yeah.
One of the cannabis kids that was one of the first cannabis kids has passed away. Was it Sophie?
No, I don't. I can think of one child that off the top of my head, but that was over a year ago, I believe.
Who is that? I can't remember the name. That's who I'm thinking of, probably.
Yeah, friends of Tamara's.
But we've lost a few, know.
Yeah.
And there's
I do have a headline that I think should be spread far and wide. This is why this is the third show that I've discussed it on because I think it's so important. And that is that from cravings to calm, cannabis sparks a new era in addiction recovery. This is a report on a study that was done at the UBC, Okanagan, and Thomas Rivers Universities in British Columbia. And what they did was explore the effects of medical cannabis, supervised cannabis use in residential recovery setting for people undergoing treatment for substance use. The participants reported that cannabis helped them manage pain, anxiety, depression, and sleep difficulties, common symptoms that make recovery more challenging. They say that their findings suggest medical cannabis could play a meaningful role in reducing cravings and improving retention in recovery programs. Participants clearly indicated benefits of managing physical and psychological challenges during recovery. Users also reported reduced cravings for opioids and other harmful substances, improved pain management, and enhanced mental health and sleep quality. However, the stigma around cannabis remains significant, which was a problem during the research. So there you go. I look at that as a vindication of, because the fact that these people are out on the street helping people who are addicted to drugs, and it shows that it is making a difference.
Well, Chris Backer is having great success in Nova Scotia with his harm reduction program.
Mm-hmm.
While I was at the lounge, we were sitting out for half the day, giving out joints and cookies to anybody who came and stood in line, and we were giving out 250 packages easy a day. And some people were there's a group of vets that live in the ravine in Hamilton down by the tracks, and they would send an advocate up to come and ask us if they could have some packages to take back down, because they wouldn't come out of the ravine to walk through the city to do that.
Yeah.
And they suffered from PTSD, depression, lost limbs, and these are our veterans.
Yeah.
We would have people from the AIDS Foundation of Hamilton come over and talk to us and take some packages over to their offices.
Yeah.
And their people would even come and get doobies. It was sad that it had to be done, but I'm glad that I was a part of it. We thought about continuing it, but it was just too much.
Yeah. I know with Tamara's program in Cranbrook, I used to get a report every Wednesday on the Pace Radio show, and the last week or two, she's talked about a lady that she's been helping with her CSP program, and the lady is now off the street and back in with family, and is off for the drug that she was addicted to. I know personally of a lady myself who I co-wrote an article with, who went from heroin to methadone to cannabis, and same thing, back with the family, grandchildren, all that stuff. So it's cannabis can help people deal with their addictions.
It's like being homeless. It can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
My mom's passed away now, so I can say this. My mom developed over 20 years an addiction to Ritalin. Mainly because of my use of it as a teenager. She learned everything she knew about it, and then was able to go and talk to her doctors about it and convince them that she had ADHD. What she did wrong, though, was it revitalized, and they give it to senior citizens now to give them a little pep. But he went to 3 different doctors and got 3 different scripts. And that developed into an issue. And then they all found out and cut her off at the same time and just said, sorry.
Old turkey, look out.
She ended up in the booby hatch for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Roaming around the city of Toronto at night, not knowing what was going on, freaking out on us. It was horrible. I had to watch her go through that.
That's and it's too
But
bad.
here's the thing, though. Okay, after all of that, 10 years later, they put her back on Ritalin because
Really?
they're giving it to seniors.
Wow. Yeah,
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, imagine. So, all right. Anything else in the headline news? Move on to sports. Did you have any more headline news?
Well, it's not really headline news. No, we're going to leave that for another time.
All right, sounds good. All right, on to sports we go. All right, I got two stories. None of them are cannabis related, but they're sports stories. Hey, are you going to go to Toronto and help the Blue Jays pay for that new contract they got on Guerrero Jr.? What is it? It's 16. Okay, I'm signed as a 16-year-old. So here we go. It's a 14-year contract worth $500 million. $500 million.
To play for the Jays.
To play for the Jays. You got her, buddy. Yeah, here we go. I'll just bring it up. $500 million.
Wow.
And that all has to be paid by somebody.
I hope he's worth it.
He was, as it says here, he was signed with the club when he was 16 years old. He's going to sign. He signed this 14-year contract that will take him to the age of 40, I believe.
Wow.
So he's a Blue Jay.
So he's not allowed to play for anybody else until he hits 40.
Yeah, unless there's probably a no trade clause in there as well. So.
And although they could let him go.
Yeah. So he's a homegrown face, they say, because he's been with them since he was 16, right?
They used to do that back in the day. There were lots of players that would come over from the Dominican or whatever and get adopted.
Yeah, and they would play at that time with Syracuse. There was a Syracuse farm team. Yeah. They would come up, Roberto Alomar. Right? So he made his debut in 2019.
He became the coach at one point, didn't he?
Huh?
Roberto became the coach, didn't he, at one point?
I think he was on the staff. I don't think he was the manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They say that the deal is the most lucrative in team history, far surpassing the $150 million 6-year deal that they signed George Springer. I don't remember George Springer. I don't remember George Bell. So the extension is the third largest deal in total dollars, beyond Juan Santos's Major League Baseball's record $765 million over 15 years, and Shohei, this is the picture from Japan, $700 million over 10 years. Wow. Yep. So there you go. $500 million signed for Blue Jays.
Joe Carter didn't get that much.
No, obviously, things have changed over the years. And then
I remember when Roberto Alomar and Joe Carter and there was a few other favorites,
Jesse Barfield
in Toronto, and they made a lot of money, and everybody was going, "Wow!" But now you're in the millions now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. And the other story I got here in the news on the headline end of things is that U.S. original 6 NHL clubs will miss playoffs for the first time.
Really?
Yes. Detroit, New York Rangers eliminated on the weekend. Chicago and Boston hope to land top draft picks.
Is Toronto still in?
Yeah.
And it hasn't started. It's the 19th it starts, I think.
Yeah. So there you go. That's never happened before. Because there's 4 of the original 6 teams.
Wow.
Right, and they were from the U.S. and they will all miss the playoffs for the first time.
So it's going to be all Canadian?
Oh no! That's just the original from the original 6 teams. There's still lots of U.S. based teams in the playoffs.
It would be nice
from the
to see
original
Canadian. An all Canadian Cup would kind of be kind of cool just to go.
Well,
you guys,
yeah, it would be like to get to the Stanley Cup final. I can remember back in, this is obviously a bit of a wound in the side here, but back in 92, 93, or was it 93, 94, 92, 93, where it looked like it was going to be a Toronto-Montreal Stanley Cup final. And then a last minute call on a penalty against the Toronto Maple Leaf that did something on Gretzky or something. Turned the tables, and LA ended up winning the series instead of Toronto.
Steven needs to be fed. He's being cranky.
Is he?
So I can hear him walking around the house.
Meow, 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 meow.
But he doesn't come in here and see that there was already food in there. Anyways, go on. I could hear him coming down the hall.
Yeah, for the original 6 teams, all U.S. based, missed the playoffs for the first time. So there you go. All right, I don't have any scores today. I thought I'd change it up a little bit and just have some news stuff instead of.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I knew you didn't. All right, so that means we are moving on from sports and we are heading to. Alrighty. As we know, this weekend, Sunday is 420. Celebrate however you want to label 420. To me, 420 is always a celebration because, especially this year. This year is my 40th wedding anniversary.
I was going to say it's always a celebration because it's your wedding anniversary.
Correct. Yes. And I'm going to let people know that this was not done by design. 40 years ago, I didn't know anything about 420.
Well, I was. And I did not.
And I only agreed.
A few people.
Yeah, I only agreed to the date. I didn't pick the date. I agreed to the date. Yeah,
Now, did Gail know?
Oh, Gail wouldn't have known.
No.
Yeah. So 40 years this Sunday for Gail and I.
I know.
Your marriage.
I think 3, maybe even 4 people that's their wedding anniversary date.
Yeah.
And I like to remind everybody every year. It was also Hitler's birthday.
Yeah, I know. Which had nothing to do with our decision. There was one year.
Dead. Let's get married.
Yeah. There was 1 year where I didn't say anything to her, and she thought that I had forgotten. And so I said happy anniversary to her while I did my speech at Niagara Falls.
1 second.
Steven's still lighter. All right, now talking about 420 and events. There we go. 420 in the 6. This is being put on by the Pixie Collective. They say Toronto's biggest and best legacy green market happens Sunday, April the 20th. Time 2 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Location to be announced. And as far as about the event, they say it's the biggest day of the Stoner year. Join us April the 20th from 2 to 8 p.m. for the best in the Canadian legacy community. The vibrant 19 plus green marketplace features more than 20 trusted brands with incredible deals, free samples, huge raffle prizes, indoor consumption, and so much more. Follow them on Instagram at Pixies Collective for more information. They say whether you're looking to discover something new, find your new buds, or relax and hang with your favorite community, the 420 Market is the perfect place to connect with our amazing Toronto legacy scene. Every ticket receives a custom lighter, one raffle prize ticket, and your choice of one free gift. Now, choose your ticket based on one of our awesome 8 gift options.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Jennifer's been doing events for a long time. She knows what she's doing, so it will be a good event. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I wish I could go. I miss going to things like this.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure Sherry Ann will be there.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. So your choices of gift options are 5 additional raffle prize tickets, 1 post roll. That's your choice of 12 strain options while quantities last. 2 grams of Morocco black hash, 3.5 grams of daytime flour, and 3.5 grams of nighttime flour. So probably an indica. Is that?
I said whoop whoop.
Whoop. Okay. And Mary Jaynard's liquid candy syrup. You got 10 flavors to choose from. Peanut butter cups is a package of them from Maynard's, as well as 2 packages of gummies with your choice of 4 flavors. So there you go. They've even got a nut. You can even add an incredible unlimited dab bar upgrade, which gives you access to unlimited dabs throughout the entire event.
We used to have a dab bar at the lounge.
Yeah.
I can't.
So there you go. 420 in the 6. Check it out. There's
another one going on the 19th as well.
Is there?
Yeah. There's several going on in the city.
I am going to put this in our chat.
Throughout the city. Yeah. And as far as I know, they're all to be announced where they are. So maybe they'll all end up at the same place. Who knows?
Maybe. Okay. I'm putting the link to this event in the chat. And there we go.
That's a long one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's what I thought too. Alrighty. Other than that, as far as events, I do have a list of events that I go to all the time, and that's from the cannabis marketplace. And let's see what they got coming on here. And this covers more than just Canada. Today's the 15th. So we got High Heels, High Art. I wonder what that's about, Al. What do you think?
I don't know. Get stoned and look at ankles? I don't
know. Here we go. Let's find out. Look at that. Oh, the art. Ooh. Friday, April 18th at the Winnipeg Osborne Village. Get ready for a fabulous.
It's a Mary Jane paint and puff event.
Yeah. And it says, get ready for a fabulous fusion of art, cannabis, and drag at High Heels and High Art, a cannabis-themed drag paint night with special guests. And it goes into other things there. Fades away. What else we got? Let me go back. There we go. Canacraw 420 Festival. Was this what you were thinking about?
Yeah.
There we go. Canacraw 420, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, April the 19th. Location to be announced. $5 for early bird tickets, $10 at the door. And this is a grassroots marketplace event celebrating diversity, equity, and inclusion in the cannabis industry, recognizing the disproportionate impact legalization has had on marginalized communities. And this is in Hamilton, 2 to 10. Organizers Canacraw.
Yeah.
Okay. I could have expanded the other one to see then. They say this vibrant event welcomes legacy pioneers, licensed companies, and new innovators. Go ahead.
Well, they used to have the 420 Hamilton at City Hall every year with permission from City Hall.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they don't even do that anymore.
No, I know, eh? 420, Your Highness is here. That's happening on the 19th. And it says this is in Edmonton, Alberta, 8 p.m. on the 19th. They say, join us on the 19th at 8 p.m. for a Royal Sesh in Inglewood. We'll bring you 2 hours of art class vibes, fresh chicken roadies, and Cafe Caribbean, and the dopest treats by Treats by Simply Queen Bee. Doors open at 7:30, and it even has the address, 1144 124 James Street, Edmonton, Alberta. There you go. Mood Fest.
Ooh.
This is one that's in a store, I believe. Mood Fest, Naomi, April the 20th. Presented by Mood Cannabis Company, the back door to legacy. 19 plus. They say, join us on Vancouver's Island Premier Cannabis Celebration.
There's not even a 420 Vancouver this year?
It's not on this list. There could be. Oh. There could be, yeah. This event brings together cannabis enthusiasts, industry professionals, and local communities for an unforgettable day of discovery and connection.
Cool.
They say expect vendors and exhibits, live music and entertainment, food and refreshments, glass, art, and live demonstrations. They're going to blow glass right there. Education and advocacy, giveaways, and contests. They say whether you're an experienced cannabis connoisseur or new to the scene, Mood Fest 25 is the perfect place to celebrate, connect, and explore everything in the industry. So this is a legal-based event. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I like that we're having both still, because
Yeah. There we go.
And of course, Stephen has decided to have a poop while I'm sitting in here doing a show.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Hey, I know. The litter box is right over there, man. I can see it.
I can hear him behind me.
Oh, I don't hear anything. I don't.
Rose is wanting her lunch. I fed him already. Now he's having a poop.
Yeah. All right. Other than that, I just got a song, an educational song to play. You got anything?
I want to play a trailer for a show.
Okay.
You want to do that now?
Sure. Let's hit it.
The trailer I have, and I've completed watching this show. It's a 15-minute show. It's called The Pit, and it is on Crave. And I had 7 days worth of Crave membership, so I decided to watch this show. I recommend it highly. And here's a little bit of it. Here's the trailer, and then you can go and look for it.
Morning, Jack. What are you doing here? Working. And if you jump on my shift, that's just rude, man. Hope I'm never one of your patients. Makes two of us, my friend. Hey, D, what's a good word?
We're fucked. 52 in the waiting room, and it's not even 7.
Robbie's working the shift, by the way. Cut him a little slack today. It's the anniversary of Dr. Adamson's death.
Who left this mess?
That's like a little challenge every now and then. We've got some new faces with us today. Hi, come on over.
I'm so happy to be here.
Talk to me at the end of the day.
Clear?
Forceps.
Full suction. Med student down.
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
Systolics only 80, 14 days.
Alex, you've lost a lot of blood. You need to go to surgery right away.
I'm gonna die.
Not now that I'm here.
Easy, easy.
I'm in.
Good, well done.
That was awesome.
Is it always this busy?
No, it gets a lot busier.
There's a nursing shortage across the country.
That is bullshit. If you paid them a living wage, they'd line up to work here.
Other hospitals are managing this crisis. Either step up or step aside. Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
It's 5 years ago today. You can't block your feelings forever.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Crash car, let's go! Beppy.
No pulse. Clear?
All compressions.
Are we ready to call this? $150,000 people die every day in the world. Today you got one of them. And we're gonna get more before the shift is over.
Tier 1 trauma now? 4 of morphine. I'm gonna stop the bleeding.
You learn to accept it, find balance.
You found balance?
No, not even close.
So here's the premise. It's obviously an ER show.
Yeah.
One full season is one 24-hour shift.
Oh wow! And yeah, by the looks of it.
Now, the reason I enjoyed it is because I worked in emergency at Toronto East General for several months. Very, very close to what happens.
Yeah.
You know, New Year's Eve, there's a lineup out the fucking door and shenanigans and, you know, everything.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it if you like those kind of shows, which is weird because I watch all the Chicago shows, you know, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire. I don't like Chicago Med.
Oh, why?
I don't watch it. I watch the other two.
I know from, you know, in our local, we have a local hospital in Campbellford. It's, you know, 20 minutes from me or whatever. But it's just a small community hospital. And yeah, I see on the local group people posting, you know, how long is the wait at the waiting room? You know, and because sometimes it can be long and it can be very, very busy in there. So I can see where I looked at that, watching that trailer, saying that, you know, that doctor's thinking about jumping, and they do have very stressful jobs.
They do, and it's a constant pace. There's no time to stop.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So if you're into that kind of show, check it out. Like I said, it's on Crave. You can get it through Prime as well.
Yep. Good. All right. Okay. As far as my TV shows, I'm still watching the same one. Lost. we're into season 5 now, though, Al. We've only got one more season after this. Into season 5, they've been rescued, and now they're talking about going back to the island because the fact that
they're doing the Gilligan-esque. It's the Gilligan-esque episode.
Yeah,
that's what they did on Gilligan's Island. They left, and then they went back, and they were stranded again.
Well, you know, the island, it took one guy who was in a wheelchair and he was walking, and you see Jack, the doctor, going through this. When he comes back, he's going through the stress. He's dealing with opiate addictions, substance abuse.
Yeah. He must have found a drugstore.
Yeah. Multiple prescriptions that he wrote for himself.
You know, I never got into that. You know, Survivor, Lost, you know, those kind of shows. There's Alone I like.
Yeah.
Alone is cool.
So, you know, we'll probably be another couple weeks watching this. We watch, you know, instead of watching a movie, we'll watch two episodes of a 45-minute show because I tend to fall asleep during a movie, and so it's nice you break it up with 2 45-minute shows. You get up, you do something, get a drink or whatever, top up my beverage. Right?
Did you have a look at The Bondsman yet?
No, not yet. I've seen it promoted.
You should. It started. I got up when it was done. 8
Oh,
episodes later.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to finish one before I start another.
I know.
Otherwise, I won't get them
I have
finished.
several shows that I watch, and in fact, I don't like waiting for them to play that day in the week, although I do watch them. I would rather watch everything in succession.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing with Lost, but it's taking us a long time because like we'll usually watch maybe one show, like one episode, at dinner time.
Yeah.
Right. And then on the weekends we might get 3 in because we watched one at dinner time, we watched 2 at night, or we may only just watch 2 that day. Right.
Well, that's the nice thing. Cable is no longer really. I mean, it's there, but it's not there. I like watching what I want to watch when I want to watch it. I enjoy the live TV on Prime and Pluto and those because you find a show that's playing multiple episodes, you just put it on, you go about your day, and it's on.
Yeah, exactly. So, alrighty. The last thing I got for entertainment is a song that we'll play, and then that pretty well wraps things up. We'll come back after that, say a few words. It'll be close to the top of the hour, and we'll go from there.
Do we have to say a few words?
Well, you can sing if you want.
I want to mumble.
You can mumble. All right. So here's another song by Dr. High. It's educational. Take a boo and a listen. There we go.
All right, listen, there's a lesson. All right, class, listen up. Today's lesson: the endocannabinoid system. CB1, CB2, getting live. That dopamine surging like a roller coaster ride. Hold my neurons dancing, feeling real nice. Bloodstream flooded with them terps and spice. The money lift me, my mood take flight. Bottom of the Mars scene, chilling, got me feeling right. THC's the leader, he bring the fire. Got the CBD be chilling, trying to calm him like a choir. The CBG, the healer, fixing what's broke. CBN be creeping, make you snore like a joke. This is the THC symphony. Symphony, roll it, light it, take that hit. A brain waves jump and feel that shift. Little THC, CBD, do the dance. Cannabis got your mind enhanced. Cannabis got your mind enhanced. Feeling chill? That's the line, a little touch. New and feeling bright, that's that citrus punch. Terpenes be working, flavors unlocked like a symphony, but inside my thoughts. Living hype me, beta car you feeling, bite me, pine and keep my focus tight. Eucalyptal feeling right, that all these compounds working as one. This ain't just a plan, it's a loaded gun. OTC say yo, let's elevate. CBD like chill, meditate. CBG like bro, I heal the pain. No CBN say y'all, go ahead, I'll take the strain. This is the THC symphony. It's your THC, so come roll it, light it, take that hit. A brain waves jump and feel that shit. With THC, CBD, do the dance. Cannabis got your mind enhanced. Cannabis got your mind enhanced. Dr. High steps in, lab coat tight. Endocannabinoid system runs your life. Anandamide, that's your bliss. CB receptors can't be missed. Brain's got receptors ready to go. Cannabis plants, they fit like a coat. Synthetic pills got you feeling insane, but nature already programmed your brain. Roll it, light it, take that hit. Our brain waves jump and feel that shift. Call THC, CBD, do the dance. Cannabis got your mind enhanced. Cannabis got your mind enhanced.
There you go. THC Symphony by Dr. High. Educational. Almost every line in there. There's a lot of education in it.
It's got my mind enhanced.
Yeah. Yeah, it talks about the terpenes, THC, all that cannabinoids, receptors, everything's all included in that song. So it's and it's got that I don't know, jive, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Beat bopping away. So alrighty. Anything else?
No.
No.
You go and have a nice jive.
I will. I'll go have a nice jive, and it's time to walk the dog.
Yep.
Alrighty. Other than that, we will see you all next week. Same time, same place, same channel, all that stuff. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
You're watching the 420 Pace, found at 420pace.ca. Rerolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420pace.ca.